Good morning, everyone. It's early in the morning, July 5th. So we had a great evening last night. Went to little small town Sharon and had ice cream and fireworks. And I'm out here now just enjoying nature and looking at all the great stuff going on. We have beautiful, beautiful mulberries this year, and they're so sugary and delicious. And just trying to practice some good health practices, which means de-stress and deep breathe and recognize that life is short. And I got some great blood work done this week. All my numbers were good, except of course my kidney numbers, which are not good. And I don't feel sad. They're still plenty high in the 40s, but of course that's low for a healthy kidney. I'm just moving forward, life is life. I cut the lawn. Look at this beautiful expanse. I cut the lawn down here a couple days ago. And I left all this nice clover for the bees, because when I came down here, there was lots of bees. And I'm wondering what that is. It's probably just enjoying nature here. I got 2 new plum trees this year. This is a crimson red right here, and I can see I'm having a little bit of Japanese beetle damage. I've picked a few off, those little shits, and this one is my favorite plum ever. It's a Stanley plum, and that's what they make prunes out of. I had one in my last home, but it got overwatered because it was close to the house and there was a downspout that was close, and I wanted my ex-husband to do something about it, and he wouldn't. This is all weedy, but it is garlic, which we're gonna dig soon and find out what size we got. Anyway, back to the plum. It got overwatered and died, and in my mind I blamed him, but I could have got out there and did the downspout. This is right here, that's zucchini, Black Beauty zucchini. This is Butterfinger yellow squash, so they're real small. This is all buckwheat, which is a cover crop. I have a few sunflowers here. I'm going to take you around so you can see them. This is my beautiful Minnesota midget. It's a cantaloupe. So here's some, look at this beauty. Look at this guy. Look at that. And there's a little bee on it. Look at that guy. There is a bee in there, a little small one. Yummy. And here's another traditional sunflower, right? This is our cabbages in the white tent, protected from the cabbage worms, and some big weeds that I have to cut. I couldn't get close with the lawnmower. They're doing well. Here I have some pole beans. Look at that. And over here, we start out over here with some onions. That's the thin row right there. These are all potatoes. And then we're back to the onions again. We have quite a few onions this year. And this on the fence is all peas. It's all peas. I got one sunflower there, which is a return sunflower from last year. These are cucumbers. I got a few of them. I had to plant them twice because they wouldn't, only this big one started, and then I planted them again. This first row is lima beans. Then we have dragon beans. And the third row that looks like it's wandering some, which I guess they're vining ones. I didn't remember that. They were seeds that we grew them and then planted them, like saved them. Those are purple beans. These right here are peppers, all different kinds of peppers. This is a mustard. Look at this guy. Look at that. This is butternut squash. And for some reason, my delicata squash was very unhappy this year, and something got in the hill and dug them all out except for this one, and this one is unhappy. It's not going, and it's kind of yellow. These beautiful guys are called Muskie de Provence. It's a squash, but it looks like kind of like a pumpkin, a squat pumpkin. It's blue. And then we have a few tomatoes. They're not really thriving yet. This one is doing pretty good. It looks like it's, happy. But a few of them, like this one, is really small and not doing well. And I guess this one is kind of probably beaten down from, we had a really good rain. I need to get some straw to put under them. A local farmer. Now we have a break, and I'm going to put a few more tomatoes in here. But right now there's nothing. Then here's my wildflower area. And this big mess that was all kale that went to seed. And here I have some lamb's ear with the purple. And these right here are called coxcomb. I have 2 rows of them. There's some little more lamb's ear. These I got from last year. I sold my black walnuts to an Amish Smuckers up in Wisconsin, and the lady gave me 1 flower of coxcomb and told me to put it in an empty bottle, and then the seeds would fall. Put a paper towel underneath it, the seeds would fall down. That's exactly what happened, and I got all these seeds, and it's really a beautiful flower, so I'm really looking forward to seeing them. This is my sunflower area. Look at these guys. Look at all these. There's the first one over here. That's a return from last year. And that's it. That's the garden for this year. And then I have some flower gardens. I have some flower gardens up by the house. I'll take you on the rest of the walk. I have some lingonberries that are still, they're from last year, but they still haven't really latched on. Look at all these mulberries. Look at that. And I mean to tell you, they are juicy and delicious. Wonderful. That's one right there. That's a second one right there in the middle. And then I have a third one. You can see is kind of struggling along. I have 4. 2 died. And then this area has some blueberries also. There's a blueberry. And then I have a big mass of weeds back there where there are 2 other blueberries. So I thought we might see some wildlife down here today. This morning, it's early in the morning. And yesterday morning I was down here and there was a turkey laying in my garden just resting, which is odd because they usually roost. Not sure. while it was doing that, I did see one that had an injured wing a couple weeks ago, and I hope it's that it can't get up in the trees, because that's how they roost and, stay safe. So that's the tour for the morning, and I did want to talk briefly about keeping your thoughts positive even when things seem dismal or disappointing, because where you are emotionally affects your health. And I can't stress that enough. I've been working on that for about 5 years now, because I had a serious health issue in January of 2020 and my kidneys were damaged, and so I'm still coming back from that. And I know very clearly that your emotions affect, your stress level affects your health. So anyway, that's all for this morning. Just here's one more little thing, and this is elderberry, which was a self-starter. A bird gave it to us. And it's a big one, pretty big, and we'll get some nice fruit off that this year. Okay, that's all for now. Make it a great day. Please like and subscribe, it helps my channel.